You are doing your own thing here. You are doing your own thing. That has nothing to do with temple.
अच्छा आपसे बात की है आपने आपसे बंसर ने बात की थी बोलो
Handsome.
ऐसा
100%. In this world, you must have faith, peace, love, on the very side, आपको slot machine है, मोह है ममता,
आपने भी पिछले बार नहीं किया था
मोह is a attachment. Manta is mind. We welcome all to our broadcast this morning, and we hope you enjoy. Om Ramaya Ramabhadaya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataya Namaha. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Ram Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tatulyam Shri Ramanam Varayane. Ask the wife to open the windows. Windows. Slot machine culture.
Which one? This one, Omonta, Faith, Peace,
Faith, peace, love and hope.
उसके बाद में
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. This morning we offer prayers to those people. Of course, so much disaster is happening all over the world. We offer prayers to those people in Manchester, especially the young girls and young boys whose lives were just stuffed out of them because of the ideals that people believe in. I would say ideals because of what they believe in. And so many parents today are so heartbroken, desolate, because of man's inhumanity to man. This world has become a difficult world to live in. And just after that, you go to Egypt, where the Coptic Christians were murdered again. They were murdered earlier, actually. A few months ago, they were already murdered. What bothers all of us is these are healthy people that were killed. There are people who are in the ICU, people who are in the hospital, who just can't die. They can't do anything, but they can't die also. But yet, these are young, beautiful lives which have been snuffed out. And this is because we put our fanatic ideology, and if people don't abide by that, we feel that we must destroy them. And this will answer a question. It is a difficult world that we live in, and because of this, we have to adhere to the philosophy of the Vedas, which tells us you cannot seek God only, but you have to go and work in the field for God. You know, it is, even Christ said, you are not only to get to the kingdom of heaven, but you must love thy neighbor as thyself. Two things. He did not say only love, you must only have love for God. You must have what? You must go out into the world and do something with your hands to alleviate the sorrow, the distress of the world. And we don't adhere to this, and because of this we have these lives which are so uselessly destroyed. I don't know if you have an answer to this, but I certainly believe that war is not the answer. I know that for sure. All the major religions teach us that we have to try to bargain for peace. And we cannot bargain for peace by showing our might. Barack Obama was a great president. He always tried to solve matters the peaceful way. Not that he solved them. And you might say these people's fanaticism cannot be solved by peace. But we have to have someone to broker peace to solve this. So our prayers this morning are to go out to the world, to the cosmos. We don't know those people who were destroyed because we are far removed from Egypt and from Manchester, England. But at least our sympathy or our hearts can go to them. And we can pray that their God, that infinite being who we all believe in, will come to some solace with them. You see, in our scriptures, if we adhere to the Vedic scriptures, we will not have this fanaticism. In Purusha Suktam, it is beautifully said, Veda Hametam Purusham Mahantam, which tells us what? Tells us that this Lord is not this Lord. There's an infinite being in this world. Veda Havedam Purusham Mahantam. There's an infinite being in this world. Whether you call him by Rama, whether you call him by Christ, whether you call him by Buddha, whether you call him by Nirvana, whether you don't believe in God even, but you have to believe that there is an infinite being which caused this whole cosmos to be so regulated that everything goes on time. The sun comes up in the east, it goes down in the west. The flowers come upon its season. The fruits come upon its season. Animals, they mate in a certain season only. Everything is seasonal. And everything is so beautifully regulated. It is when we try to tamper with it that what? That it goes berserk. So, Veda Hametam Purusham Mahantam, that infinite being, who is he? Aditya Varnam Tamatastupare. Aditya Varnam. He is that light. He is that light which shines upon us and destroys our ignorance. Our ignorance of what? Our ignorance of who we are. Our ignorance who we think our neighbors are. Our ignorance that we only want everything for ourselves. What is in it for me? These destructions come because we want to know what is in it for me. Not what is in it, what it is in for everyone. Few Mahatmas think about this. Mahatmas like Gandhiji, Nelson Mandela was a Mahatma. These are the people who think about these things. What is good for the welfare of mankind? How can we help? We just can't. We have to believe in our Vedic scriptures. Vedaha Vedang Purusham Mahantam Aditya Vardam Tamatastu Pare. And it says, further it goes on to say, Tamevam Vidya Amritam Iha Bhavati, that you are the one who is going to show me the path. And what path? Nanya Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. You will show me that path which will give me four things in this world. The four things are faith, love, hope. These are the four things that we ask for in this world. Faith, peace, love, and hope. The Vedic scriptures do not say that, or even the Gita, if you look in the Gita, nowhere the word Hindu is written. Nowhere the word Hindu is written. So here, this scriptural text, take note from Purusha Suktam, they're saying, Vedaha Vedang Purushang Mahantam Aditya Varanam Tamatastu Pare Tamevam Vidya Amitam Yeha Bhavate. Tamevam Vidya Amitam Bhavati. This life is forever, but he does not mean your mortal coil is forever. It means your life is forever. You go on and on and on until you reach that abode where you're not born anymore, where you are one with the stars. What a beautiful philosophy. In Vedic scriptures, there's one part of the Vedas which is called Darshan Shastra. Darshan Shastra means what? Anybody knows? The Darshan Shastra of Vedas, what does that mean? It means philosophy. Darshan Shastra means philosophy. This is the philosophy of life. When the Gita was written, thousands and thousands of years ago, you know where the Gita was said? The Gita was not said in a cave in the Himalayas, where everyone was peaceful and happy and in this cave and waiting for some food to come. No, it was not said there. Where it was said? It was said in the din of war. It was said where in Kurukshetra, where the war was taking place, to tell us that we must fight this life. Fight this life not by killing one another, but fight this life to understand that when we surrender to God, we must deify, the world must be deified, meaning everything you see in the world is what? Is God. Hinduism differs from all other religions on this one principle. I have told you this before and I tell you again, you must understand this. Why we worship the trees, why we worship the waters, why we worship the air, why we worship the fire, why we worship the cows, why we worship all these? Because in our understanding, everything is deified. They are gods. They all represent God. And when people tell you that your religion has many gods, this is not true. We only have God. We don't say we have one God. By saying one, you are quantifying God. We have who? We have God only. That God is all over. But great sages and saints knew that the masses would be difficult to understand this. The masses would understand that that is a post, that is a cow, that is a car, this is a house, this is a man, But if you ask them to understand Brahman, it becomes difficult. So all the people who are doing who are Vedantists and who are practicing Vedanta, you just cannot practice Vedanta alone. Vivekananda says you have to practice Vedanta and also go out into the world and do things to people. So we must have faith in God, but we must have faith in our fellow man. This is what we lack. We don't have faith in our fellow man. Fathers don't have faith in the children. Children don't have faith in their fathers. Forget about going outside the house, right in the house. Faith is something that we must always try to have, and with that faith, we must try to have peace. This peace which I talk about today, which is so lacking in the world. So lacking. Peace. And with that will come that love, that understanding, that we have to live together. You'll be surprised. Even among religious gatherings, religious heads can't live together. Not for Hinduism only, for all religions. Even the religious heads, they have such shortcomings that they just can't give of themselves and accept others. It's difficult to accept. Only my path is the right path. Because I want to be el numero uno. I want to be number one. So this peace, it comes because we have our ego. And if we get all those things, you have that faith and peace, love and hope will come. We must have hope. We can't give up hope. You check all of us who are here in this temple today, and you would find how many of us stand up sometimes and we're about to give up hope. How many of us were about to give up hope? But that's what? Then we sat down and we say, you know what? I know there's someone looking at my back. I can't give up. I must go. How must I go? Forward. When we go forward, Bhagwan will be with us. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. And the reason why we must not give up hope, and have patience is that we have a slot machine culture. We have a slot machine culture. You know, you take a coin and you put it in a one of those things that sell candies and vending machine. You put something in a slot, you expect a can of juice to come out or whatever the case. Is that true? Comes out right away. When we pray to God, we have that slot machine culture. When we feel as soon as we pray, what? It must be accepted and He must come forward right away to us. Because we have that slot machine culture. So next time you go to a slot machine, whether it is to get a can of Coke, or whether you go to those places where you can get extra money, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking? Play the slots. उसको आपको मालूम है ना? मालूम है. So you put your coin inside and you expect all this money to come. When you do that, you will not remember, but now and then when you are putting a coin in a slot machine, remember your prayers are not like a slot machine culture, where you pray now and you expect your fruit immediately. It goes both ways. When you do bad, you do not reap the fruits of your evil tendencies right away either. So you get it both ways. The slot machine culture works both ways for us. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukul Mangalabha Buddhi Ratanu Janike Sumiro Raja Ram Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Raja Ram Ram Ram, Aye Raja Ram Ram Ram, 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 Raja Ram Ram Ram. Pavana Sarai Sankadaran Mangalamurati Ramalakana Sita Sayita Please remember what I told you earlier this morning. From the Vedas, Vedaha Vetam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varanam Tamatastu Pare. Vedaha Vetam, I'll revise it one more time because it's so important that this is the whole theme of today's puja. Vedaha Vedam Purusham Mahantam. There is an infinite being. Call him by whatever name. If everyone in this world understands this, then the destruction and the loss of so many lives will not occur. Not only that, when we go to the airport, we will not be searched so much, the lines will not be so long, etc. This is what's going to happen more and more. So, Vedaha Vetam Purusham Mahantam, he is Aditya Varanam Tamatastupare. He is that blazing sun, blazing light. Which one? Remove all darkness from us. Tameva bhati anubhati sarvam. Which means, when you understand this, that he removes all the darkness, Tameva bhati anubhati sarvam, means you have transcended. You have transcended all this God and that God, and you have gone beyond. You have gone to a super conscious state. This is our Vedic teaching. This is a scriptural teaching. We say it every day here in this temple. But do we understand what we say, or do we grasp what we say? This is what is important. And that is why I say this is very important for us, for me today to translate this piece, this part of the Vedas to you, in light of what is happening in today's world. Tameva bhatanubhati sarvam tamevam vidvanamitam yah bhavati nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. Then when you understand this and you transcend it, this is the path you must take. This is the path is taken by great saints and sages. This is the path. You see, Swami Vivekananda says that if you only embrace the world, you don't gain any spirituality. Right? And if you leave the world and just go to the Himalayas in a cave and meditate there, you still have missed spirituality. Spirituality is to know God, try to know God, and try to do good. That is the meaning of spirituality. Not only to read the scriptures and chant the mantras and so forth, that's not enough. Seva is a must. You have to do seva, and all of us can do a little bit. If the temple needs to be cleaned, instead we can't do it, we can help clean the temple. We can share our food with another person who needs the food to be shared. We can do that. We have so many shirts and dresses, we can share that. We have so many shoes. You go to a lady's cupboard, you know what? They have 200 pairs of shoes. The last 100 pairs she did not wear for about 10 years. But yet, she will not get rid of them because why? Because it's a brand name. It costs so much money. You know, there was a lady who promised me so much money, some money for the dialysis clinic. And she has lots of money. And she's telling me today, tomorrow. You know what's today, tomorrow? Today, tomorrow, today, tomorrow. So last time I told her, I said, you know, when you die, I will get lots of dollar notes, Canadian Tire notes. Put it in your coffin and burn you with it. That you don't understand. And you know, we feel that all these possessions we have, if all of us go into our cupboards, you will see how many things you have. There are people in India, Africa, for example, who don't have shoes to wear. Your broken sandals, you take it and set it there. They will stitch it, and they will use it. In the hot sun, they have to walk. I think we should do a campaign. Willish, we should try to do a campaign to send things to Africa. Africa, like in Sudan, Somalia, people are starving. The other day we went and our temple gave money to a Muslim community that was raising funds for Somalia. Is it Somalia? I think it's Sudan. Sudan, where they were starving. We went and we gave money there. We all can do a little bit. So the scripture is telling, there's no point I tell you pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. I'm telling you the truth what it is. The truth is, you just can't sit on your laurels and feel that you have done enough. And you can't say, you know, I'm a Vedantist, so that's it, I'm better than everybody. No, no. A Vedantist is a person who goes out into the field and work. He's a Vedantist. He teaches, he works, he builds orphanages, he builds schools, he builds hospitals, dispensaries, whatever it is, he builds. This is. When Nishad went to meet with Sri Ram, taken from Balkand, Ayodhya Kand, right? Ayodhya Kand after the 110. Chopai. Bolo Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram Asarana Sarana Jaya Keda Mujhe bharosa Karuna kara apa prema paramaratudo Villata dare tanu parasabatu Bolo Sitaram Jai Sitaram Sitaram Jai Basa Nihari Narisha. श्री राम जी ने पुलकित होकर प्रेम पूर्वक उसे हृदय से लगा लिया रामचंद्र भगवान embraced who? Nishad. Nishad was a tribal fellow, tribal, but yet he had so much love for Bhagwan, which tells us it doesn't matter what class or caste we are born in. When you have the love for the Lord embraces you everywhere and anywhere. He embraced Nishad. और मानो किसी अत्यंत दरिद्र मनुष्य ने पारस का पा लिया है. Just as if when a poor man has got a philosopher's stone to make a beautiful gold, that is how Nishad Chi felt when Sri Ram held him to his chest. Ramchandra Bhagwan, who was a divine incarnation of Brahman, he held on to Nishad to show an example to the world that you don't have to be of a certain educational standard, whatever the case may be. We must get rid of two things from ourselves to get to this stage. One is called moha and one is called mamta. Moh and mamta. When we get rid of moh and mamta, moh is our attachment, or attachment to this thing, or attachment to the other thing. Who had the greatest moh in the Mahabharata? Who had the greatest moh? Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was a more evil person than even Duryodhana, because his attachment to his throne and his sons were greater than than even Duryodhana. Duryodhana, we know he was a bad fellow, but that's fine. But Dhritarashtra wanted to crush the Pandavas right down. He could have prevented this. And what happened to Dhritarashtra? With his moh, who was he married to? Gandhari, who put a what? Who blinded herself. And that is called mamta. This is mine, this is mine, and this is mine. These are the two M's in life. Moh and mamta. And if we can get rid of these two things, our ego will go slowly, slowly, slowly. But all of us have more. I'll be fool to say that you must get rid of more. All of us have more. We have more to our home, we have attachment to our children, to our grandchildren, more so the grandchildren, speaking from experience. So the attachment is greater when especially when you see all his little feet running and coming to you. When a little grandchild run and come to you and raises his or her arms to you, no matter which Vedas you believe in, no matter which sadhu you are, no matter which sant you are, that mamta comes into you. But it means we can have it, but we must regulate it. I'm not saying we must not have it. We can have it, but we must know how to regulate it so that it does not make us blind like Gandhari. When Gandhari became blind, she made herself blind because she was married to this blind fellow. Because if her eyes were open, maybe she could have done something. And that is why Vishada Yoga was taught to who? To Arjun, by whom? By Bhagavan Krishna. How you must be detached, how you must not, you must try to understand that you are the Atman, you are not the flesh. This is where our scriptures are so different from other scriptures. We talk about the Atman which is in you, not the flesh and the blood as such. And who taught Yudhishthira? Anybody knows who taught Yudhishthira? Who taught Yudhishthira? Krishna Bhagavan taught Arjun. But who taught Yudhishthira? You see, if I blurt it out all the time to you, this, you would not get anywhere. But if I allow you to let your brains work, although it would not give any answer, I know no answer will come, but at least you could be in a thinking mode. Not many of us are in a thinking mode. We come, we drive our car, we park our car, we put our coat, our shoes, we come upstairs, we hear some bhajan kirtan, we go downstairs, we eat, we go back in our car, we go home. You must be in a thinking mode. So who taught Yudhishthira? Huh? Come. Dronacharya. Bhishma Pitama. Who said that? Who said that? Huh? Bhishma Pitama. He taught him, Bhishma Pitama taught him to remove his doubts. And what he taught him? What he gave him? Vishnu Sahasranam. He gave him Vishnu Sahasranam, and also he taught Yudhishthira how you must rule. Taught him what? Rajniti, politics. So, Bhishma Pitama taught Yudhishthira, Bhagavan Krishna taught Arjun. All these teachings are all here for all of us to read, to understand that Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. There's only one infinite being. You call him Christ, you call him Jehovah, you call him Shiva, you call him Brahma. And when you cry to him, you cry without, like how Yashoda used to cry for Krishna. Vatani Hare Kanasha Naina Nirabayim. So, Yashoda cried for Krishna and said that, look, my tears are forming a river to get to you. Vatani Hare Kanasha Naina Bhake Bihare Krishna Kanhaiya Gaye Sakhe Sada Kuda Visaraye Kavaoge mere Patita Pavana Sharana Melino Tata Sakhare Darashana Dejo Lagana lage tere So with all every breath, sa sa sa, Sibiru Govinda, Manantarake, Uttara Chanta. With every breath, let's call the name of the Lord. Oh, here it is. Translation is there. So the worries of your mind can move away. Sa sa sa, Sibiru Durga Maiya. Sa sa sa, Sibiru Durga Maiya. Manantarake, Uttara Chanta. Where else would you like to be now? Where else would you like to be than to be here? To be in communion with that infinite being, calling by whatever name. With every breath, sa sa sa, Sibiru Durga Maiya. समंदर के उतरे चलता संत जना के दुर्मन भागा संत जना के दुर्मन भागा सिमरो गोविंदा मनंतर के उतरे चलता is the basis of the knowledge of our dharma. The Upanishad, which is the end of the Vedas, can satisfy both our physical, our mental, and our spiritual problems. The Upanishad, when it was translated by a Frenchman into Latin, and from that Latin, Mahatma Schopenhauer, call him Mahatma because he was a great saint, he was a great philosopher, Schopenhauer. He then got hold of the Upanishad. As a matter of fact, got hold of an Upanishad called Kathopanishad. And then he said, this text will be the solace of my life, and also it will be the solace of my death. Schopenhauer. So much he believed in it. And then Schopenhauer then sent a message to Ralph Waldo Nobody? Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson. That he came from America to England, met with him. I'm telling you these things to let you know what a great philosophy you have been born into. Please listen to my words carefully. I didn't say religion. A great philosophy that you have been born into, which can translate all these problems you have with God. They say that Hindus have so many gods. You go into the temple, they have this God, that God, the other God, and here this, our same Hindu scriptures are saying, Vedaha Betam Purusham Mahatam, there is only one infinite being. That one infinite being, you can call him by whatever name. Unfortunately, the people who have filled the libraries of the Western world about Hinduism only look at what they say the Hindus have many gods, because Deva is only translated into English by the word God. We have so many Devas, but the real God is that infinite being who we worship today. And what the scripture says, we must know that that God is where He is within me. You don't have to go very far. 10 men were crossing a river. They reached the other bank, and when they counted, they only counted 9. And they were all crying. They were all crying because they only counted 9 people. Said one of the companions must have drowned. So a sadhu was passing and he asked them, "Why are you crying?" He said, "Well, there were 10 of us, and we can only count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The sadhu said, "Listen, I'm going to count." And he counted 10. What they were not counting? They were only counting the others, but they were not counting themselves. The Lord is within each and every one of us. And the same Lord, which can make you go high up in life, so high that you're practically touching the sky, He can what? He can bring you what? Right down to the ground. You know the Mahatma? He had a cat. And this cat was being chased by a dog. The cat ran to him. He said, "What happened?" He said, "Dog is chasing me." He said, "Okay." Take some water, sprinkle on the cat became a dog. So, the dog, after a few mornings, came by the Mahatma. He's scared again. "Why are you scared?" He said, "I'm scared because the leopard is chasing me." He said, "Good, leopard." He became a leopard. Then when he became a leopard, he started to hunt, started to eat meat, in the wild, killing people. So he said in his mind one day, all this meat is eating so nice. I wonder how the Mahatma's meat will eat. So he came to the Mahatma and he started to growl. The Mahatma said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I want to taste your meat." So, "You want to taste my meat?" Water. And what he became? Cat. I'm telling you, it's a very funny story. It's very comical. But you know what it is? It is to remind us that no matter how far we go, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो,
ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो,
Amarudana Raja, Shri Raja, Shri Raja. Amarudana Raja, 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 Raja. Paramadana Raja, 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 Raja. Raja, Amarudana Raja, Shri Raja, Shri Raja. Raja, Amarudana Raja, 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 Raja. Amarudana Raja, 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 Raja. Amarudana Raja, Shri Raja, Shri Raja. Now you hear the old lady sing, now you hear the granddaughter sing. Come on. Tej? Tej? Okay. If they don't tell me that this children are going to come up, I'm not going to let them do that. You tell us, just can't bring them. Hey, look, hey, we have a homework service in the morning. You tell us what, not to do that, okay? I'm not to tell anybody unless I say so. He's not to tell anybody unless I tell him. Because he cannot just let people willingly. This is Tej. Two sets of children to stand up. Two sets of children. Very good, very good. Gita Dhyana. Sarthaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam narayana swayam yasena gatitan puranam Ashwatthama vikarna ghora makara duryodhana vartide Sopirna kalpana vaidhanane Gaivartaka kesava Mara sariyavachasya rojamamalam Gita-tagandhotakam Nānā kesaram harikatha Sambodhanamoditam Ke sajjana sadaparayarahara Vippiyamanam muna Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimalam
Gayanti
Yashantam Navirusurasurara. Chapter 4, verse 11. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartman anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tan sathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartman anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tan tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartman anuvartante manushyaha partha sarvashah. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that, O Arjuna, ye yatha mam prapadyante. Prapadyante means to surrender. Those who surrender unto me, yatha as mam to me, dans tathaiva bhajamyaham. I will certainly, bhajamyaham means I reward. I will certainly reward them. But you have to, when you surrender to me, you must not surrender to me with one hand and still try to do with the other hand. When you surrender to me, you must surrender to me. Like how Draupadi, when she was being stripped and she was asking all the people in the court to help her, no one helped her. But when she surrendered and she was holding on to her sari still, but when she lifted her hand up like this to me, then what? Then I came to her. So you must surrender unto me. All of us have our difficulties in life. All of us have our happiness. All of us have our sorrows. But surrender unto me and I will look after you. Mama vartman anuvartante. Vartman means path. Anuvartante means to follow, those who follow my path. Manushya, all men. O Partha, O son of Pritha, O son of Kunti, in all Sarvasha, in all respects, all men who follow this path, in all respects, I will take care of them. Let us remember that Bhagavan Krishna just wants us to surrender to him. He'll take care of us. Let's welcome the Lord. Savai Surabhu Visane Vachana Sameta Sane Gagara Girada Bhira Bhai Harane Shoka Sandehasya Patirama Chanda Jeke Jai Sharam Prabhu Prem Savalama Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jai. Prepare by Jai, please. Listen down. We meditate upon Suryanarayan. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah Suryaya Namah Divakaraya Namah Om Bhagavate Suryaya Namah Adideva Namastubhyam Prasida Mama Bhaskara Divakar Namastubhyam Prabhakar We're going to meditation now. We ask you all to be as quiet as possible as we try to talk to our inner Atma. Ask Bhagavan to bless each and every one. Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Let the music take us far away from here. Transcend this ordinary mundane existence. Satchidananda Rupoham Ahameva Avyayam. We do 2 pranayams, 2 Omkar, and then silence pranayam. 2 omkars. Deep breath in, and on the exhalation, you do the O. We go into silence, and in our silence, let's talk to God. Let us thank Him for everything that He has given us, our home, our children, grandchildren, our friends, beautiful weather, so many good things God has given to us. Let us thank Him for all these things in our silence. Talk to God. Our minds are moving away. Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Valdhanam Asato ma sakadavaya Tamaso ma jyotiravaya Vidyavaya Vedantavaya भक्ति के दीप जलाओ जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ जरा से पीड़ मिटाओ अमृत रस बरसाओ जीवन को नित्य महकाओ सब अवगुण को बिसराओ Arasanta Pagatavo Narayana Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinapade Tamastamavadvishavavahe Om Shanti Shanti Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Rub your hands, put over your face, ask Bhagavan to bless you. The energy, so lots of energy in your hands, lots of energy in these hands, lots. Your hands and your big toe. You will see sons and sages, they always have chandan on their right big toe, because a lot of Shakti goes from there down to the earth. This whole body is electrical. That's another subject for another day. Today's announcement, today's Pretty Bhoj is sponsored by Jashu and Rajesh Devchand to celebrate their daughter's birthday, Darshini. She's in grade 4. I spoke to her today and she would like to become a surgeon. So I said, that's great. You don't have to have much IQ to become a surgeon, you just have to take a knife or just cut, and you're a surgeon. So she will, she thinks she can do the job. We asked God to bless them. As a matter of fact, they cooked in March, and they're cooking again today. For Father's Day, we are doing Rudram chanting from Thursday, June 15th to Saturday, June 17th. That doesn't sound right to me, but anyhow, where to put that's what I read. Father's Day celebration is on, what day is it? Father's Day? 18th. What else? Our Hanumanji, we are going to celebrate on the 2nd. That was the day it was installed. Am I not right? The 2nd of July. But we will start on Saturday, the 1st of July, with a little puja in the afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. On Tuesday, we'll start the yajna properly on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because this Tuesday is Hanumanji's Day. On that day, I'm asking a few people to meet with me, and those who would like to come, they are free to come. We're going to AV Theatre at about 12:30. As a matter of fact, as soon as the puja is finished, we can meet. We don't have to wait for 12:30. We can go right away. We would like to do celebration for Canada 150 years independence. So what I think we should do, we'll march at 11 o'clock from here to about 2-3 blocks. We'll ask the Bal Bihar children to have little Canadian flags with them, to wave and so forth. We'll march from here to 2 or 3 blocks and come back by 12. We'll have a few people, if they come to speak a little bit, not too long speak, just short speeches about what Canada has done for immigrants, really. And then we'll have dinner. I'm hoping that Colonel Lodge will be able to get yeah, I know. Huh? Not Lodge. The soldiers, if it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. Because it's a Canada weekend, it might be difficult, but we'll see what we can get. So, celebrating Canada 150. Next. Youth Leadership Program Camp is, you can see it on the board. Next. Camp Vishnu is there. Violin classes, and Hashil has music classes also. Okay. That's it? What about United Hindus of Canada? United Hindus of Canada, that is Prabhat's organization, so that is why he put it there. See, when somebody's in charge of something, they can put whatever they want. So he puts that there. United Hindus of Canada invite you all to join and celebrate at Markham. But we are asking you to come here. We go there too. Yeah. So I'm saying, we'll go, I just said we'll go there. You didn't hear me? Suda nahi? We'll go there first, and then who would like to go there will go. Then we'll come here too. Okay, so that's that. We'll have. Did you want to say something? Yes, come. Colonel Lutz would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Padaji. You know how sometimes you think that things are so bad in this world, and then some little thing happens that makes you feel pretty special. And I'd like to share something with you that just happened yesterday. I brought the padre from our battalion to the dialysis clinic fundraiser. She's a student. Her brother's a student. Her mother is, they're not well-off people. And I didn't know that she's just recovering from cancer. And she also lost a kidney. And so she's been through an awful lot. She didn't know why she was coming to that dinner with me. But in the mail, what I got was they had a family meeting. They pulled their money together, and they sent a check to give to Dr. Dubé for $500 for the dialysis. I thought that was something. And I wanted to share that with you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel. Our dialysis clinic, we had a fundraiser, as you know. Colonel Lutz was there. So many other people were there, and we had $330,000 or $40,000 was pledged. Monies to come, but the mosques and the Muslim community, they pledged $120,000. So it is a good effort by all of us. Those are Prashad Chahavi also. And are you ready?
बोलिए जयकारा श्री रामदा फूल साटे दरबार आए हैं माँ द्वार पे तेरे पानी तेरा प्यार आए लाल गोपाल माँ अर्ज करो स्वीकार ऐसा कबीर बनाई हर उपदेश की कठिन समस्या आसान कर दिखलाई मैया क्यों हमारी बारी इतनी देर लगाई मैया क्यों हमारी बारी इतनी देर लगाई तेरा नाम दयालु जाती हम तेरे मर्यादी हम तारे 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 ओ हमें तारे 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 हमें तारे विजय का शरणगा बोल भाई की
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram कहिए जाए वेद राखे राम ताए वेद रहिए Next. जय राम 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 सेवा हाथ में बोलो श्री राधे जय जय राधे जय राधे बोलो श्री राधे गोविंद भजुवन श्री राधे हरे Radhe 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 जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की सद्गुरु देव की जय Om Parvati Padaya Hara Hara Mahadev. Please don't forget what I told you from our scriptures. Vedaha Vedang Purushang Mahantam. That the infinite being is the Lord. Call him by whatever name. Please remember this, so that if someone tell you that you have many gods, you can tell them. It is from our Vedic scriptures. Purusha Suktam. Vedaha Vedam Purusham Mahantam. Aditya Varnam Tamatastupari. And he shines like the sun to remove the darkness from our minds.